Cristiano Ronaldo is a billionaire in peak physical condition, the finished product of decades of winning. He started as an unwanted child in a one-room house in Santo Antonio, born into a family that was actively starving. Rainwater dripped through the tin roof into buckets. Madeira is a place defined by its isolation. His father, a war veteran, returned from Africa broken by trauma and turning to alcohol to cope. For a child in this environment, there was no obvious escape. How does a malnourished kid on a remote rock in the Atlantic transform himself into the most dominant athlete on the planet? Ronaldo realized early on that nobody was coming to save him. If he wanted a different life, he had to build it himself, using his hardships as the raw material. At age 12, he traveled to the mainland alone to join the Sporting Lisbon Academy. He was homesick, bullied for his island accent, and possessed a dangerously frail physique. At 15, a racing heart condition nearly ended his career before it began. He had to undergo laser surgery to cauterize the problem area. He was back on the training pitch the day after the operation. This health crisis triggered a lifelong obsession with body optimization. When coaches locked the gym at night, he sneaked out of the dormitory. He tied buckets of water to his feet and practiced stepovers in the showers to build strength his body naturally lacked. He couldn't control his height or his upbringing, but he realized his muscle was a variable he could completely command. He arrived at Manchester United under the weight of the number 7 shirt. Critics dismissed him as a flashy one-trick pony who prioritized style over actual results. In 2005, his father died from liver failure. He channeled that grief into a vow to his father's memory. He decided then that he would become the greatest player to ever live. This timeline shows the investment he made in that promise. He hired personal chefs, sleep coaches, and private trainers years before they became industry standards, transforming his body into a piece of engineered equipment. He stopped acting like a talented kid, running his life like a relentless corporate enterprise. The result was a 42-goal season and his first Ballon d'Or. At Real Madrid, he became the apex predator of European football, locked in a gladiatorial rivalry with Lionel Messi. They pushed human capability to the absolute limit. This chart shows the yield of that discipline. While elite strikers hope for a goal every 2 games, Ronaldo maintained a ratio of 450 goals in 438 matches. That efficiency brought 4 Champions League titles, cementing his place at the summit of European football. But his ultimate goal remained a trophy for Portugal, a nation that had never won a major international tournament. 25 minutes into the Euro 2016 final, a brutal tackle tore his knee ligaments. His physical armor finally failed him. Refusing to stay in the locker room, he returned to the touchline, heavily limping, to act as a second manager and will his team to victory. Securing Portugal's first major trophy was the ultimate validation of his engineering. Even with a broken body, his psychological will dictated the outcome of the game. As his peers retired or faded, Ronaldo thought his own biological clock. Even today, his physical metrics mirror those of an athlete in their mid-20s. Longevity requires a total sacrifice of comfort. He has given up normal social hours and even basic dietary pleasures for athletic immortality. He is now the highest scorer in the history of international football, recently surpassing 900 official career goals. Your background does not dictate your destiny. Ronaldo is proof that with relentless obsession, you can build a kingdom out of absolutely nothing.